Assalamualaikum to Sir Shafi. In this video, I'm going to present to you about a movie that I have choose. It's called Extraction. The genre for Extraction are action and thriller. Released in 24 April 2020 on Netflix. It's directed by Sam Hargrave and written by Joe Russo. This film also based on the graphic novel titled Sudet. Next, we move to the character of this movie. The character that we will see the most is Tyler Rake, Ami Hasif, Ovi Mahajan, Sanjuraf and Nick Khan. So, the hero for this movie is Tyler Rake, who is a former Special Air Service regiment who turned into mercenary that specialized in extraction operation. He left the military after his son died. For villain roles is Ami Hasif, who is a Bangladesh drug lord, has high skill in tactician and strategize. He has influential connections, so it allows him to control the city. Extraction is about Tyler Rake accept a dangerous job that needed he to save son of an imprisoned international crime lord in India, Ovi Mahajan Jr., the 14 years old boy has been kidnapped by Ami Hasif. Ovi has a protector, Sanjuraf, an Indian former special force. Ovi father threatened Sanju to bring Ovi back. Sanju in dilemma because he know that the company do attraction doesn't come with cheap price. At the same time, Ovi father doesn't have the enough fund to cover it. So he sent half money to the company and decided to take over halfway. Place setting for this movie are at the Kimberley, Australia at the intro of the movie, but the real place was taken in somewhere in Thailand. Second place in Dhaka, Bangladesh, but the fact is half of scene also involved in India and Thailand. Lastly, in Sultanah Kamal Bridge, where the epic scene was occurred. This time setting has a lot such as morning, afternoon, evening and night. So we move to the plot. At the beginning, Ovi Mahajan sneaked out from his house and had kidnapped by police officer who working for Ami Hasif. Ovi's father, who is in prison, orders Sanju to bring back Ovi. Tyler Rake is recruited by Nick Khan to rescue Ovi from Bangladesh. Tyler successfully rescues Ovi and take him to the extraction point. The conflict happens when the Tyler is bringing Ovi headed towards extraction point, where Tyler's teammates were waiting with boat, but Sanju killed everyone on the boat for attempt to bring Ovi back by himself. Nick Khan realized that they had been fooled and quickly informed Taylor. Taylor ran with Ovi and found enemy and Sanju. As a result, Taylor exhausted and injured, so Taylor intentionally crashed their truck in order to fake that he and Ovi had died, but not Ami Hasif. Ami Hasif demand immediate lockdown in Dhaka. As the climax, Tyler contacts Sanju to help him to get Ovi back to India. Sanju and Ovi draw attention and make their way through the checkpoint. Meanwhile, Khan and the rest of the team approach from the opposite side. So, on Sultanah Kamal, the bridge where intense action take place, and at the end of climax, Sanju lost his life while Tyler is injured badly. The ending is Ovi successfully been rescued, but Tyler had been shot at neck while getting to a helicopter. Tyler stand at the end of the bridge and intentionally fall into the water and use his skill to hold breath and submerge in water, faking his death. 8 months later, Khan kills Hasif in men's restroom while Ovi sees a figure familiar to Tyler but completely blurred. The strength for this movie is having a simple storyline, so it's easier for audience to understand if it is content action packed. Every action sequence is choreography and cinematography in detail. Also, the tone and color gradient is great and suitable for location situation. And most importantly, every actor, especially lead actor, is doing great job playing their roles. What I do not like for this movie is they do not manage to maintain the momentum for the second half of this movie like they did in the first half movie. A bad role development and a simple storyline that was expected from the movie, because the first half scene is great, but when it comes to the second half become lame. The climax is not just what I hope and slightly kill my mood. Besides that, the villain roles, Ami Hasif weak and side character Sanjuraf is more stand out and scary than villains. There is no scene for villain involved in action scenes. What they can improve in sequel movie that we produce is to make the best storyline, especially for climax, need more adrenaline rush. Develop the role more so audience can get more information and understand and get into the roles. Lastly, involve the villain character in action scenes. Next, the memorable scene, but to me is more like impressive that is 12 minutes of one-shot action sequence in the first half of movie, and also the highlight for this movie. It's very rare because to find one-shot action sequence in many action movie. This scene has long enough to include car chase, foot chase, other car chase, gun battles, hand-to-hand combat, and plenty explosion in just one continuous shot, such as adrenaline rush. The moral story that we can learn from adaptation: don't judge people based on their appearance because we don't know their past and true personalities like Taylor. What we can say from Taylor are tough fighter and cool stone, but at the end, he doesn't want to leave Ovi alone, although he has been fooled and will not get money because he have son wants. Never give up even we fail many times like Taylor and Saju. They never give up to send Ovi home even tired and injured. So I am very recommended this movie for those who are in love with action and fighting sequence action pack. And the highlight for this movie also is 12 minutes of non-stop intense action. If you are looking for something new to watch, so you will pleased with this one. Some may find it too violent, yeah, because the rate is movie is 18 above, but for me it's okay and fun. If you are not fun too much violence or too much action, I want you not to watch action. For overall rating, I will give 4 out of 5, and we hope the sequence movie is more best than this one.